I've got a collection of wood which I keep in a temperature controlled cabinet, which is basically just an old fridge which I've converted. But I haven't used wood for knife handles for a long time. And I think the reason is I haven't found a sustainable source for this wood. Lots of the beautiful woods are exotic and maybe flown in from around the world, and that just doesn't sit well with me. It certainly isn't sustainable. But I do love using wood for handles because I think it's warm, they can be very individual with the grain and so on. So I was thinking, how can I continue to use wood for my knife handles in a sustainable way? And I'm very fortunate. I've been able to buy a small forest, which is about 20 minutes from the house here. So it's a beautiful day today. Let's go and take a look. So we have about 5 acres here, which is about 20,000 square meters, and it's mainly full of hornbeam, which is a super hard ancient form of white beech. It used to have no value because it is so hard that people couldn't cut it with basic hand tools. But now we have, you know, much better tools with carbide blades and so on. It's actually a really valuable wood, and this is the stuff. It's super hard. So whilst exploring, I came across this, which is an old stone sort of dome. And this is the doorway here. It's come down, it's wrecked. But I think it used to be maybe a charcoal pit where you'd burn wood here to make charcoal, which is pretty cool. Now I'm not sure if the camera picks this up, but there are various sort of levels here to the woodland. From the super flat parts to a slight incline all the way to the top. Which is very handy for cutting wood because we can simply roll it down the hill. But there are also lots and lots of clearings which are going to make a perfect sort of campsite, and the plan is to have a permanent campsite here where we're going to build a small A-frame. So let's go and take a look at that area. So this is the area where we're going to have our small cabin. Now we're permitted to have up to a 20 square metre size building. So we're going to have a 4 metre by 4 metre cabin with a 1 metre sort of veranda across the front, taking it to 5 by 4. And this is the space. So it's relatively flat here. It's on top of one of the hills. You can see I've just got some tarp here at the moment and some seating. So we can see here that the wood has been coppiced over time, which means cutting the tree at the floor level, and then you get multiple shoots coming out. And if you look all around, all of the trees around here, you can see it's been managed over time quite well. Lots of coppicing going on. Now, as well as the tens of thousands of hornbeam trees here, there are some rather large oaks as well. Probably quite ancient, they're pretty large, so they'll be staying where they are. And majority of this space has been managed quite well, but there is an area which I'll take you to in just a second, which it needs thinning out. Basically the smaller trees, they've got no way of getting light. So this is the area I was telling you about that requires some thinning out. You can see there's lots of these little spindly trees. It's been coppiced, but it's not really getting much light in here. So I think this is going to require some work, just thinning this out. Again, it'll make great firewood for me. Not quite thick enough for knife handles, but they'll grow. That's the beauty. So we'll clear this out as much as possible, letting these trees see the light. So we've got more space and wood here than we'll ever need, so we'll use the wood as a fuel source for the house. I'll also use the wood for knife handles, and just to enjoy the space with the kids, let them run around, get some freedom, a little bit of camping. It's going to be fun. Really looking forward to what we're going to do with this place.